Oh, WWE, you cease to amaze me sometime. Woo! Oh, I'm gonna have some fun with this. I am really gonna have some fun with this. Other than this very boring, garbage ass show I saw tonight, I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming. And I know people did not want to see this in general, and we all know that, okay? I'm sure everyone would have been fine with a one-on-one. But you knew this shit was going to come sooner or later, and you knew it's going to end up to be a triple threat match one way or another. Now, I know it wasn't announced the triple threat match tonight, but we're going to get into that later on. But let's talk about how they've been, especially this show tonight, of how they jerked the fans off for the past 3 hours of who was going to apologize tonight, as we had to sit there and wait all night. Because first off, this show was damn near fucking bored. It bored me to death for 3 hours. It was hard to get to, okay? It really did bore me for 3 hours. And what's crazy, well, my God, where do I begin here? Because, you know, we kick it off with Stephanie and Triple H, and it was this Grand Rapids. Yeah, this crowd became dead by the third hour. They were, like, dead by the third hour. And I sit here tonight, where do we go with? Because, like I said, Stephanie and Triple H were out there to talk about all the matches at the Elimination Chamber, from both Elimination Chamber matches and Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott. But then they were going to talk about Becky versus Ronda. But then they said after what happened last week, Becky, it came out as, you know, they were talking about that Becky met with doctors throughout the weekend to say that she was cleared and she could go to WrestleMania and everything. But Becky Lynch says, you know, say it's good you guys are looking well. I slapped you in the face. I hit you harder next time. And Triple H at promo said, you know, differences aside, they both, Stephanie and Triple H, well, they apologized for having on SmackDown last week and Raw. And that, you know, you saw your doctors and they talked with the WWE doctors. You didn't suffer a major injury. And you'd be okay after a couple weeks therapy. And there you go. We're all good. WrestleMania, Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch for the title. There you go. It's going to go down. But you got to do one thing. Becky kind of knew this would be a catch. All you got to do is apologize. You apologize. We'll put everything behind us. Go to WrestleMania. Boom. There you go. Because we apologize. And everything. Now you apologize. You punched me in the face. And you slapped, you know, Triple H there. But Becky said, you know, that the deal was I go to the doctor. And that was the deal. But Becky told her to, you know, shut up, shut her face, that I don't trust you. I don't trust your old man. You guys have been screwing people for decades, all the McMahons, which is true, when you think about it. And Becky pretty much says, you're not going to take my opportunity away from me. I'll fight any of you. I'll fight your old man if I got to, but I will not apologize. But Becky pretty much looked at, Becky kept looking at Triple H. And they said, and she told him like, you can take the apology and shove it up your ass. But as Becky was gonna walk off, pretty much Stephanie had argued with him then, but Triple H calmed down, and Triple H pretty much told Becky like, listen to me, okay? This isn't the thing you want to die on. You want to fight at WrestleMania, right? I'm not telling you to. I'm giving you a choice, okay? I'm gonna give you a choice. You apologize. You go on to WrestleMania. You will wrestle at WrestleMania against Ronda Rousey for the title. But you got to give the apology at the end of the night. Now, I'm looking at this whole apology thing, which people told her no. And this is where I'm going to get into this whole angle. And I just got off the phone talking to some people about this when they brought it up to me. And I know people are comparing her to Stone Cold again right now. But when you think about it, would Stone Cold have ever apologized, or would he just stun people and be over with it and that's it? Because in a way, yes, Triple H and Stephanie did apologize first. So say, hey, you give us apologize, and there you go. You can go WrestleMania, but Becky is supposed to be a badass, so badasses do not apologize. But the thing with me is that we gotta run this into an angle the entire night that her WrestleMania match depends on her apologizing, and we're gonna get to this multiple segments that I just felt went on too long. Is Becky gonna apologize? Is she not gonna apologize? Is she going to? Is she not going to? It's like we gotta keep jerking the fans off all night to see if she was going to apologize tonight within several segments. That if I would have done it, you could have just said sorry and then probably slap one of them. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. There you go. We move on to the next thing tonight. Not jerk the fans off the whole night so we can get to the end of this to see where this goes just for one simple thing. That was it. You could have just said sorry, not sorry, or not sorry, sorry. Boom, there you go. But we got to build this into an angle, though. And I just didn't understand what the point of really building this into an angle of is Becky going to apologize tonight? Because what are we doing after that? It was Sasha and Bayley versus Nia Jax and Tamina versus the Riot Squad of Morgan and Logan, which was literally the same triple threat women's match I saw on SmackDown last Tuesday. And the early on in this match was Ruby Riott running Sasha Banks to the barricade. Now, I believe Sasha Banks is still hurt, if I'm not mistaken, right now, that she's not really medically cleared to compete. That's why she didn't really do nothing in this match, and she was carried to the back by trainers. I don't know what Sasha's injury, but there were reports of her being really hurt, so I don't think they want to take her with any chances until this Sunday at the Chamber, since Bayley had to work the match on her own then, which wasn't really that bad because she did hit the belly to belly on Liv Morgan, but Tamina came in and knocked both women down. Nia Jax got in, hit a Samoan drop on Bayley and got the win over her. So, that's kind of the match right there. Now, I don't know what's gonna happen Sunday. I'm assuming Sasha will be better by then and she can do the match, because it's 2 weeks in a row now that Bayley's had to work the match on her own, and at least the crowd did get behind her. Thinking she was going to win it first. I did kind of think that myself, but it did work though. I will say that. I don't know what's gonna lead into Sunday, but we will see what goes on from that. Elias was out in the ring, but we barely could get to his song because we went to Becky in the back again, and Finn Balor had to come talk to us and you can't let your pride get to the better of you. That I want to slap Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush running their mouths, but I'm not going to, because you got to bide your time, and I'm gonna take that Intercontinental Championship like you're gonna take that Women's Championship. And do you think she'll apologize? And Finn says, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. It's time. You got to be the man. And then Becky said that your abs are awesome, and Finn Balor pretty much walked off after that. So this begins the whole of everyone talking to her throughout the night. Should Becky apologize or not? Elias still tried to do his song. We went to a Seth Rollins video package of everything he pretty much did last year, which was the biggest thing on Monday Night Raw last year, from the gauntlet match of pinning Roman Reigns and John Cena to being at WrestleMania, winning the Intercontinental Championship, Crown Jewel, being a Grand Slam champion, defending the Intercontinental title, winning back the Intercontinental title, having both that and the Tag Team Championship. So it was really big. But before Elias could even still get to his song again, the Lucha House Party came out, and I don't know what to think of this segment, to be honest. I'm somewhat believing that they are screwing with Elias in the back right now for some reason. And he was out to talk, but the Lucha House, like I said, they come out there and they start dancing and everything. And I'm wondering where is this supposed to be going? Okay, I have no idea what is the point of what we're trying to prove here in this whole, whatever this segment's supposed to be about. Because Elias starts singing a song about Grand Rapids and how, they suck, which is pretty funny, and that you lose your will to live coming to Grand Rapids, Michigan. And pretty much told the Lucha House Party to stop doing what they're doing, that I'm the biggest musical act, which they were taking shots at the Grammys. And, Elias said, I should have been nominated for a Grammy last night. He was the biggest force in music. And, dude, don't get me started on the Grammys in general, because I thought I didn't even really watch it, but looking at some of the people who won was just a bunch of bullshit to me. But I'm not mad at Childish Gambino for winning his awards, though. That was well deserved. But everything else, I have no idea what's going on in that show at this point. I can't watch it no more. But pretty much as Elias was talking about the Lucha House Party then and the Grammys, Kalisto said, they wanted to walk with Elias, so we want to hear your song. And he did sing a song about, Grand Rapids. But then he says, he asked them what they thought, and they gave him a thumbs down. He says, let's see you do better. Lince Dorado just dances. Grand Metalik is supposed to sing. That's his thing. He sings now or something. And Kalisto played the guitar, which he did strum kind of good. And Elias, let's have a duet. And next thing you know, and he hits him in the back with a guitar, Jeff Jarrett style, and knocks him out. And then Bobby Lashley's music hits as the Lucha House Party is still in the ring. What was the point of this segment? I have no clue. Is he in a feud with the Lucha House Party? I'm going to assume so. 1 week is Jeff Jarrett in the Road Dogg. Now it's the Lucha House Party this week. Who's it going to be next week, huh? Jinder Mahal? The B Team? I got no clue what they're doing with Elias at this point. I don't know. Because this segment was just kind of odd in a way to where I didn't know where this was going, because he was interrupted more times, and he was interrupted 3 times. He was tired of being interrupted, but he's interrupted again, so there you go. Finn Balor went against Drew McIntyre as Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush at ringside. The match went on, which wasn't that really bad, but next thing you know, Lashley got in the ring and attacked Finn Balor. Kurt Angle had came out to help then after that. Kurt came for the save. And then Corbin attacked Kurt from behind. And next you know, Strowman comes out, which just then turns into a 6-man tag then. So funny that it's almost like the same match we saw last week in the main event with Kurt and Strowman, against McIntyre and Corbin. Now we had Bobby Lashley and Finn Balor to the mix this time. Which this was kind of weird at one point, because they had to restart the match because Bobby Lashley, I don't remember the movie hit, I don't think it was a Dominator, but his foot was on the bottom rope and it was a 3 count, but another referee had to come out saying that this was not a 3, his foot was on the rope, so it was a 2, he counted 3 anyways. We restart the match. The match pretty much ended up with Finn Balor getting the win over Lashley with a coup de grace, because here's another thing, why is there a handicap match for the Intercontinental title this Sunday? That's what I don't understand. We're not going to do a one-on-one this Sunday, but it has to be Finn Balor versus Lio Rush and Bobby Lashley. I don't really understand why is this why is it a handicap match for the Intercontinental title? That's what I don't get. It's just very oddball. I don't know why. But like I said, this match was kind of a 6-man. I will say Kurt Angle wasn't that bad in the ring, because I know people really say, why is Kurt Angle even out here? The guy looks horrible. I've said it before. It just, 1 year ago or 2, this guy was taking Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre to the limit when I've seen him wrestle those two. I know people they'll say, oh, stop bringing up Impact, but he put on great matches with them over there. I don't know what happened when he came at the WWE, but he's got to adapt to that WWE style. Even somebody said this guy was in the Indies killing it, but I don't know. They're just still trying to do this Road to Redemption story with Kurt. And I've seen Kurt face both these guys before and put on very badass matches with them. Don't believe me? Look it up, okay? Next, a person that should be coming in the next month, so hopefully we may see him before WrestleMania. Kevin Owens. He was pretty much at bowling alley with his family, and they asked him what he was doing after recovering from, I believe it was knee surgery, or leg surgery. And he's just been doing what he can to spend as much time with his family, but he's been watching Raw and everything, and he doesn't know if he'll be on Raw and SmackDown. Last time I remember him and Sami Zayn were on Raw, but he's going to be better, and, he will be back in about a month, and, he showed off his bowling skills. So I don't know if they will turn Kevin Owens face, or maybe he will be heel again when he comes back. I hope they do something better with him and Sami Zayn when they come back, because when they took him away from SmackDown and they put both of those guys on Raw, they singly murdered them, not even together. Like, they broke them up and murdered them individually. Sami Zayn, we already know that story with Lashley. That Strowman versus Kevin Owens crap just made no sense to me at the time. So I hope something good comes for Kevin Owens when he returns in next month. So we'll see where that goes. Ruby Riott went against Nikki Cross. What is it? Ruby Riott. Yeah, Ruby Riott went against Nikki Cross. Yeah, sorry, I was lost a little right there, but this match here, which they kind of cut away from this match, which it wasn't really bad technically, but when we cut the match away, we went to, once again, Becky in the back, and then Rousey walks up to her. This is during the match. It wasn't even a side-by-side screen. We literally cut the whole match away and gave them their own screen. And Rousey pretty much told Becky to apologize, because even if you don't mean it, okay? Because right now, you're messing up a big opportunity for WrestleMania. And if you don't do it, you're just a coward. And they go back to the ring, and Ruby Riott then won with the Riot Kick. One thing I don't understand is that why do we have Nikki Cross being enhancement talent? And listen, I know Ruby Riott has a title match this Sunday, so we knew she wasn't going to lose, even though they kind of built this up at the last second after Rousey killed the entire Riot Squad last week, so we only have 1 week of time to build this. I don't think this will be a bad match or anything, but I don't think Ruby Riott is just going to win in general, okay? She's not, and I look at Nikki Cross. I'm gonna assume Nikki Cross is on Raw, because they're gonna keep switching these NXT guys from both shows, because honestly I haven't really seen Nikki Cross go to SmackDown like everybody else except for probably one time, and I don't understand why she's already losing matches and being enhancement talent to Ruby Riott. I don't understand that. That does not make sense to me. I question what they do with a lot of these NXT people they've already brought up. And we don't even know what shows they're on. They just show up on every other show every other week. Like, let's put on this one, let's put on this one, let's put on this one, let's put on this one. I don't get that. Seth Rollins came out as he talked about his match for WrestleMania. And, he talked about the video package. He was happy to be here. And he talked about the crowd being with him and how he won the Royal Rumble. But then he talked about the 6 F5s he took from Brock Lesnar. And he had time to think about that. The bad news is that he took 6 F5s. But the good news is that I'm still here after I took 6 F5s. And he talked about facing Brock at WrestleMania, that I'm hurt and everything, but I can still hit the stomp on him and win. But he talked with his family and said, was it going to be worth it? Could this be the last match of your career at WrestleMania or anything? And Seth was thinking about it. Paul Heyman came out, interrupted him, and talked about, Brock and everything at a WrestleMania, that he is the main event, and that you say that men are all created equal, but they're not, okay? That Rollins believes that his DNA is comparable to Brock Lesnar's, which is not. And he said that Rollins is a great athlete and performer, but Lesnar is a beast, and that it's just a suicide mission for Seth Rollins, okay? And that he will meet his own demise, and that's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. And Rollins pretty much told Heyman, you're right, but I don't care, he said, okay? That Lesnar has held this company hostage for 2 years, and that he is going to be a martyr and everything. He's going to sacrifice everything and burn it all to the ground, and he will be champion at WrestleMania, okay? Next, Dean Ambrose comes out then and looks at Rollins, and he says, I only got one thing to say to you: slay the beast, and walked off. So I guess he kind of respected him right there, even though these guys were kind of feuding like a week or two ago. That now it's going to be a respect thing. So I don't know where that's going with Ambrose or anything, but I guess Ambrose is being mysterious until we figure out what's going on, something, or if he's really on his way out the door. That's the only story everyone's been talking about right now. Is he on his way out the door, and is he going to AEW? That's what everybody's been saying. I don't know. The crowd was just really quiet here. I will say that too. But like I said, the segment wasn't bad between him and Heyman, but Heyman tried to just say that you're not gonna beat Brock. You're not gonna beat Brock. So there you go. Dean Ambrose then went into EC3 2 weeks in a row, which this is where the crowd, I said once we got to the third hour, the crowd was like dead. They were super dead, okay? Like dead. And it wasn't much to talk about this match other than Ambrose getting EC3 with like a roll up for the win, which will probably be a match to Sunday Elimination Chamber. But one thing I don't really get what's going on is this: is Ambrose turning face or heel? I'm assuming he's still heel, and EC3 is the face, even though he's still a mute and has not said anything. And what really gets me is that he's only been on wrestling on Raw for like 2 weeks, and he loses on his second week in a row. Should he really be losing matches right now? I don't understand that. Should EC3 be really losing on his second week on TV, even though they just kind of said this man has to make us to be a next world champion? Could have given him some wins first before, doing anything. Because I can tell you right now, this will probably be on the pre-show. It's going to be Dean Ambrose versus EC3. And I'm sure Dean Ambrose is putting over people if he is leaving, as a lot of people are saying right now. Because that's the only reason why he could be losing anybody. But we don't know where Dean Ambrose heads into right now, even though they said he's leaving. But I'll believe when I see it, because I've said, well, why would you hype somebody leaving in the next 2 months? I've never really seen something, and that was like the nicest future Endeavor's letter I've ever seen. So there you go. So I don't know where this is going. I don't know where EC3 is going at this point, other than him just being a mute walking around, and then now he loses on his second week of television. I don't think this guy should be losing right now. As for him and Ambrose thing with not Ambrose, but Ambrose and Rollins thing, I don't know where that's gonna go. If he's talking nice, or they're gonna have some big Shield, some reunion again. That's what I hear. But at Mania, I don't know. Okay, I don't know, because right now they keep switching up the main event for all I know, WrestleMania. But yeah, Ambrose did get the win this time, but I could see another match happening in Elimination Chamber. They then went to Alexa Bliss telling Becky to apologize, and then Becky pretty much says, "You're just trying to take my spot at WrestleMania, are you?" And he says, "No, I'm not trying to but you need to be true to yourself and everything and stuff." But Becky said, "You don't have a genuine bone in your body." Bliss says, like, why don't you just go and apologize, huh? All right, instead you won't be the man. You just be some Irish girl who sold out. Here's the thing. If I apologize, the only thing I'll be selling out is WrestleMania. So burn right there. At least I'll sell out WrestleMania. What are you on, huh? So like I said, more people are trying to convince her to apologize or not apologize. Tag team titles on the line, which I didn't even think there was tag titles on the line. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable versus the Revival. In my opinion, the AEW effect. Okay? First off, this match was not bad. I didn't really expect it to go long. It really went 20 minutes. But this was a really good tag team match. It really was. I wish the crowd could have cared, because this crowd was very dead and they did not care about this. I didn't really care in a way, because I just kind of expected the Revival to lose. But after 3 or 4 times, it's like, well, they got to give them the win this time. They lost to Roode and Gable several times. And it looked like they got some of the crowd to wake up. I didn't really think they got a lot, but they were dead. Listen, they should have made the Revival champions long ago. But in my opinion, I know everyone has said this already, but it's the AEW effect. If you don't agree with me in that, why would you think we would push the Revival out of nowhere and finally put the belts on them, huh? Because they know they don't want them to go to AEW, because you didn't, allegedly, when they asked for their release, and now they don't get their release or something like that. I don't know. Now, is this gonna make the tag division any better right now? No, but it's at least it's one step in the right direction. Okay. Now, I could be wrong, and they just screw these guys the next week of this Sunday and switch the titles back into them. I don't know. Knowing this company, they would do some silly stuff like that, but it is a step in the right direction right now, at least, because the tag team division is god awful on this show, and it's very bad on Monday Night Raw. Because I just stopped believing in the Revival so long ago that they just became designated job guys. Okay, they really did. I didn't think the match was bad, but no one really seemed to care. They were dead. They were deader than dead out there. Okay, they just did not care. They could have cared less when this match started or ended. That's why I was like, oh, they actually won. This match went on for a long time, so it wasn't bad, but it's a little hard to get behind the Revival, even though they should have had this a long time ago. But we'll see where this goes, because I said before, that's that AEW effect, folks. The AEW effect. So it continues. Next thing you know, Triple H and Stephanie came back out again with Becky said it's been a long night for everybody, so what do you want to do? And you better work this out, or you believe it's not. It's just 2 words, or you just throw away your WrestleMania match right now. And Becky looked at him as the fans said, don't do it and everything. And that, their opinions don't matter. Triple H said, this is about you. What do you want, huh? What do you want? And do not let the emotions get the better of you. And pretty much, there's only one thing keeping me from my dream, and that's 2 words. Becky pretty much shook her head. She says she apologized to both of them. And, now, there you go. I get my match with Rousey. We shake hands, and that no one's going to take my dream away from me. And all the Triple H says, congratulations. There you go. There you go. You got your match. We're going to go. And Becky's like, that's it? Nothing? No catch? Nothing? Huh? And Triple H said, nah. You got your match at WrestleMania. Boom. There you go. We're not screwing you. We're not doing nothing. You apologize. That's it. We apologize. All is forgiven. You get your match at Mania. Ronda then came out, was going to do something or say something, I'm assuming. But next, Vince McMahon comes out then, which is music. I think they were delayed. I think they were about to play his music, but then they just stopped. And then Vince said, yes, he said that this could be one of the greatest matches at WrestleMania. But, he says that Becky thinks she's bigger than the WWE, and that he doesn't like bad attitudes, okay? I'm not going to fall for it like Triple H and, Stephanie, as Vince McMahon said. And she says, you aren't the man. I'm the man around here, okay? And now what? You're suspended for 60 days right now. And I'm not going to accept your apology, okay? And that suspension will go beyond 5 days beyond WrestleMania. And pretty much, we need someone better, someone who has charisma and everything. Charlotte comes out, and I'm sure these people all did that, and everyone at home is very, very pissed right now that Charlotte is now involved in this match for WrestleMania, because he told Rousey, you better get used to seeing this, because this is what's going to look like at WrestleMania in the conclusion of it. Your next women's champion, which I'm assuming now Charlotte is just heel at this point, because you have Vince's endorsement now. And this is going to be like some corporate Charlotte, I'm going to assume, like with The Rock now, if we're going with this. Because I'm sure, like I said before, I'm sure people all wanted to see a singles match in this. They did, okay? But now it's going to be a triple threat. You know why? Because if Becky's suspended for 60 days, they're going to have Becky come back on TV almost every week on Raw or on SmackDown and disrupt anything she can until she gets her match back at WrestleMania. Why do you think we got Ric Flair's birthday party in the next 2 weeks, huh? So she can come out and mess things up. And, we got to have Flair involved in this for some reason. Just, attack Charlotte's dad to piss her off or something. I'm going to assume how that's going to go. Like, if up to me, they ought to have Ric Flair come out and cut this scathing promo. Because what I can tell they're going to do, they're probably going to have him beat up and cry in the ring, which is just going to look stupid. If up to me, just have him come out, cut this scathing promo, throw the jacket on the ground, start bleeding all over the place. Just cut be Ric Flair. Okay? Just cut off some Ric Flair promo. That's all I got to say. Or he just gets knocked down, he does a little walk thing and, just falls like, a fish when he, the Ric Flair drop thing when he goes to the ground. And then after, Becky probably knocks him in the head, he just walks around and falls to the ground. And after that, I would be fine with that in this whole birthday thing. But watch that go down, okay? So this is what's going to happen. And like I said, I've said it before. Watch it become a triple threat match. Watch it become a triple threat match. Watch it become. Because now they're going to have to find a way to add Becky in there. Or they're going to have one McMahon behind one of the competitors of WrestleMania. This is like WrestleMania 2000 where you had a McMahon in every corner of everyone in. But right now, and people say it's for the reason why Charlotte's mostly in this match is to probably absorb the booze off of Ronda Rousey, so the booze will go on Charlotte. It probably won't affect Charlotte anyway. She's Teflon, but they know they don't want Ronda Rousey getting booed out of the building at WrestleMania. Okay, so that's probably trying to make it a triple threat match. I'm not saying this. I know some people are trying to bring up this could be the next Benoit, Shawn, and Triple H match at WrestleMania 20. I don't even know if I would go that far. I don't know, but we could see if it does. But I'm not very surprised this was a Triple H, not Triple H, but a triple threat. I'm sure everyone is very pissed. They're all pissed. I would have been fine either way because it would have been a great match in general. But It's like I said, this is Becky's moment. But knowing this company, you knew they were going to find a way. They found a way, and there you go. They found a way to get in there. And I know some folks saying, well, the Royal Rumble match doesn't even matter anymore since they put her in there. It's pointless now. Which, I don't know. That's to an extent on that statement after I heard some people say that. But I don't really believe that's the case. But I'm not surprised it was a triple threat. I just didn't get the point where we had to mess with the fans all night and do this whole angle of, is Becky going to apologize? She's not going to apologize. She's going to apologize. And then she apologized and everything went back to normal and said, hey, it's Ronnie. I'm calling you out now for the title and at WrestleMania. And there you go. Okay? And they just bring Charlotte out after that. So, like I said, I'm not really surprised what happened here. Okay, I'm really not. I saw this coming sooner or later. Like, go watch SmackDown. They kept trying to put Charlotte in on SmackDown. I had to go at it several times, and it probably would have happened tomorrow night again with them trying to go at it. I'm sure they'll go again tomorrow night. But now they have McMahon endorse Charlotte, so now you might as well just count Charlotte automatic heel because she's got Vince on her side now. So she's automatic heel, okay? So it's gonna be a triple threat match. You knew one way or another they were gonna put her in this thing. So I'm not really surprised this happened, okay? I told people before, I would have been fine with a one-on-one match either way. But there you go. Triple threat match, okay? It's gonna happen now. Or like I said, it's not been officially, but watch. They will have Becky come and disrupt this show every week until she gets her match back at WrestleMania. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna assume that's gonna happen. So there you go. Now, unless they have something where she's got to beat Charlotte to get her match back and be added, or she'll beat her and then Charlotte will have to do something else at WrestleMania. Because I don't know who else is capable left of facing Asuka on SmackDown now for the women's title. I have literally no clue. Unless they bring up something from NXT, I got no freaking clue. So we'll find out more about that tomorrow night, though. That's for a different story right now. But right now, I'm not surprised by this outcome. It was going to come sooner or later. I just sat there and laughed because it's like they just jerked the fans off for 2-3 hours now, playing up this whole angle. She's going to apologize. Overall, the show was just bad in my opinion, okay? It just bored. I was really bored to death by the third hour, like literally near the third hour. I just like, how long is this show again? Because this crowd is not caring. Listen, I like the Revival winning tag team titles. Hopefully this goes somewhere, but this tag team division is so dead, I don't even know if it'll go anywhere on that. I'm not sure right now, but at least they finally got the titles. But like I said, it is the AEW effect. They won the titles, but this crowd could not care less, okay? They just did not care less. The Seth promo was alright. The beginning segment was pretty good from what I've seen. I don't understand what they're doing with Elias at this point, or what that was with the Lucha House Party. Ambrose versus EC3. I don't know why we'd have to have 50-50 booking involved this. And when I think about it with this whole Becky versus the Authority again, how many times are we going to see someone go against the Authority again? I've seen this like for a few years, several times now, for years now. Like, who's going to face the Authority to get that match at WrestleMania? Oh, it's like the same pattern again when you look at this story now. Like, shouldn't have just been about her and Ronda. Do we really need to bring Vince and everybody else into McMahon's? Not really, but they have to draw themselves into it one way or another. So there you go, okay? And this is supposed to be a go-home show before Elimination Chamber, which that was somewhat barely hyped if you ask me. But they did, I guess, what they could. And we'll find out this Sunday, or we'll find out tomorrow night more about it on SmackDown. But this was another one of these kind of tough, just like a marathon show they asked me to get through. It felt like a marathon, all right? I was like, how long we got left in the show again? Are we near the end of this yet? It just was dragging on forever. And like I said, I felt like that tag title match just dragged me on. It got better, but it just really to a point where it's like I just kind of stopped caring for a minute. But it was not a bad match, though. I will say that. But this is my review of Monday Night Raw. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Tell me what you thought about the show tonight. Raw, comment, subscribe. Do whichever one. But I'm out of here. See you guys later. Peace.